Alright, welcome back everyone to Altcoin Daily, where you subscribe for daily videos, whether it be news, whether it be deep dives, best ways to invest, talking strategy, or great buying opportunities. You subscribe to Altcoin Daily for our daily videos on everything altcoin, everything cryptocurrency, and we're happy to have you. I still plan to make a whole lot of money by the end of the year. I think that's your goal as well, so I want you to use our channel as a starting off point, a place where you can come every single day of the week to check in, get back in tune with what's going on in the market, and hopefully we come out richer. I mean, that's the goal, right? But again, I'm just telling you what works for me. You guys make your own, make your own decisions. Let's get into it. Today, I want to talk about two different things. One, I want to compare my trading strategy. I want to compare your trading strategy to that of what Yale researchers have identified as what they say is the best cryptocurrency trading strategy. They've poured through the data, they've looked back at the history of the market all the way going back to 2011, and they have summarized what they believe is the best trading strategy. I'm going to share that with you. Also, as I'm sure I don't need to tell you, we are at all-time lows for the year, basically. You guys know that. So I'm going to share with you the altcoins that I recently bought during the dip, right? I'm curious to know if you guys bought anything. I'm going to share with you what I bought, obviously what I feel is a long-term, good investment. And by the way, if you follow us on Twitter at altcoindailyio, you probably already know the cryptos that I'm going to talk about and that I was looking at in the past few days. Anyways, let's get into it. All that and more today at Altcoin Daily. When you find value in this video, if you appreciate us doing daily crypto videos, hit the like button. Let's get into it, guys. And I am here to remind you, yes, the market is down right now, but if you can't handle the market at its worst, then you sure as hell don't deserve the market at its best. It's a funny meme, but in all seriousness, how do you expect to make the 500 times gains, the 100 times gains that the crypto market is famous for at the end of the year if we don't have lows like this, guys? This is what it's all about, really. This is par for the course in cryptocurrency, and many people believe we are at or near rock bottom. And once you hit rock bottom, there's only one place you can go. And as I pointed out in a video a few days ago, I gave you a list of reasons why Bitcoin is about to explode. I still stand by that list. I predict big things going into the end of the year, and even going forward in the next few years. I literally showed you exactly the green flags why I believe that cryptocurrency is going to re-reach its all-time highs and even go further than that. Anyways, check out that video if you're interested. Let's get into today's video. Yale researchers identified the best times to buy cryptocurrency. Interesting. A pair of economists from Yale University have outlined a basic strategy for identifying the best buying opportunities for cryptos. By studying the past performance of three of the most well-known digital assets, the two have identified a couple of methods to predict price movements. Very interesting. I'm intrigued. The volatility of cryptocurrency markets makes choosing an entry point for the average digital asset buyer tough. The most popular digital currency, Bitcoin, has been known to swing wildly, over just a few hours. As I write this, the price of Bitcoin is 12% down over the last 24 hours. The announcement of the US SEC to postpone a decision on a highly anticipated Bitcoin ETF seems largely responsible for the latest dip. Pause. Yes, it does seem like the Bitcoin ETF has created a lot of people to sell. I think it is the whales and the big money movers, using this news, trying to drive the market down. Anyways, let's continue. That said, two Yale economists believe that they have identified two factors that can provide a useful indication as to how the price will move. In a paper titled Risks and Returns of Crypto, by the way, I'm going to post the link to this in the description so you can read this for yourself, economists Professor Ella Tsy and economists PhD candidate Yukon Liu explore historical price patterns in an effort to identify factors that can determine how the price will move over a short period of time. The pair studied price movements during the period from 2011 to 2018 for Bitcoin, 2015 to 2018 for Ethereum, 2012 to 2018 for Ripple XRP. They were able to identify two factors that gave indication as to show how the price would move, i.e. the momentum effect and the investor attention effect. So I've put the two strategies that they identified in purple here to make things crystal clear. Let's continue. The first factor identified by these two guys is momentum. In the report, the economists noted that if the price of Bitcoin increases rapidly during a single week, it would likely continue to increase during the following week. A quote, he explains, "Momentum is actually something simple. If things go up, they continue to go up on average. If things go down, they continue to go down on average." The report goes on to state that the most risk-free strategy for trading digital assets using the momentum effect was to buy said currency following a week in which the price had experienced a sharp upwards trend, around 20%, and then to sell a week later. The second factor highlighted in the report is the investor attention effect. This simply means that the amount of interest in cryptocurrencies and around cryptocurrencies at any given time could be used to predict price movement in the report. They state that Google Trends and Twitter posts gave good indications of investor attention, quote, as a one standard deviation increase in the Twitter post count for the word Bitcoin yields a 2.5% increase in 1 week ahead Bitcoin returns. Meanwhile, the opposite also holds true. For example, rises in the number of searches for phrases such as Bitcoin hack were indicative of lower prices. However, during the report, the pair are keen to stress that they are not giving advice to investors, and they said that anything could happen, including it going down to 0 or shooting up to 1 million. So, once again, this is just their opinion. They've pored over the research. Let's talk about what I took from this article. So, they were basically saying their feeling was, they looked at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple. And the first thing they said was if the price increases rapidly in a single week, they said 20%, they said to invest because it's likely to continue its momentum and continue to increase for at least another week. And they said sell 1 week later. So after poring over the years of data, they said if you see a sharp increase, maybe like something right here, to invest because for the next week, it's going to continue its momentum up. I mean, that is something we see right here from this just random point from about a month or two ago. They also said investor attention technique. If a cryptocurrency is getting a lot of searches on Google or a lot of mentions on Twitter, the price is likely to go up a small percentage in the near future. So like I showed you guys this the other day, you can go to Google Trends anytime you want and find out what people are searching for. Of course, this is on their homepage, this is world information. Most people are searching for Taylor Swift, Kim Kardashian, World Cup. 15 years ago, everybody's searching for Britney Spears. But if you type in Bitcoin, or you can type in any altcoin, I do this sometimes, and obviously there's that famous, major pump last December and January. Everybody shows this. This is December and January when the whole market got pumped. Other than that, we've kind of been, a lot flatter. It shows you what states, you can search by the U.S. or otherwise, what areas most people searching for Bitcoin. It also says related searches, which is interesting. Bitcoin futures, Ripple price. That's exactly what they're talking about. A lot of times you see stuff on Binance or Tron when I look at this. Now, this is interesting that they said that they use Google Trends or Twitter posts. I tend to think that the increased online attention is because the price went up. You see what I'm saying? I tend to think that the increase in searches, say around December and January here, is because the price was going up for months and months. But I don't know. Interesting. And of course, as far as their first point, that if we see a sharp increase the first week, invest here so you can gain the increase the next week. I'm sure that strategy works. My question to you is, what do you think? Let me know in the comments what you do to make money, you already know what I think is the best investment, right? We go over this all the time. While there is money to be made with swing trading, in such volatile markets like this, I totally understand a lot of people make a lot of money by swing trading because I'm sure you can do it. You get small gains every single week. Say you have to invest like $1,000, but if you can get that $1,000 up 10%, every single week, that's money in your pocket. And I'm sure people make a lot of money with small gains. But for me, long-term holding is what works best. Let's take a look at, we'll go one full year on the Bitcoin chart, and it doesn't matter what year we pick, but obviously 2017 is the most famous, because this is how I made money last year. I invested, I study what happens to the market every year, and from what I see, you can earn more profits, than, I'm not talking about the 10% on swing trading, I'm talking about you can earn even more profits by investing near the low and selling near the high. Far greater profits, in my opinion, than swing trading. And not to mention less taxes, because at least in America, you get taxed on every single trade you make. So while obviously I'm not making any money right now in this down market, I guess swing traders probably still could, 4% gains, 2.5% gains. But for me, I think as an average everyday investor, yeah, I could maybe I could probably get $1,000 and turn it into maybe, I don't know, $5,000. But I think what's better, what has worked for me in the past and what I can see from the market every single year is, for me, I invest near the lows and I wait for the year-long pump. Usually happens in December and January, and then I sell near the highs. And you can do that every single year. And let's say this year happens to be more like that of 2014. 2015, 2016, 2017, we all saw that Bitcoin and altcoins reached all-time highs near the end of the year, but that's not what happened in 2014. We went down and we did not increase past all-time highs till another year. If that happens this year, I am prepared to hodl. That's just me. I try and be a disciplined investor. Anyways, let me know what you think. Definitely say you can make money in swing trading. If you wanted to read the whole report, I think I summed it up pretty well by reading this article, but I'm going to leave the link to their whole report in this video. Next, let's talk about buying opportunities. As I said, if you subscribe to us on Twitter at altcoindailyio, you probably already know what I was doing. I'll show you. So, what was it? 2 days ago, when the market was dipping, I said, if Bitcoin was around 6,200, I said, seeing some good buying opportunities, only invest in what you can afford to lose. Hashtag disciplined investor. Then I tweeted, I'm looking at Bitcoin, Cardano, Stellar, and maybe even some Ripple. I don't know if I'll buy it though. What do you think? And around that time, Bitcoin was around 6,200. Right now we're at 6,500. Ripple was around, I think it was 35 cents, and we're even a little bit lower. Stellar was around 20 cents, now it's at 22, and Cardano was around 11 cents, I believe. Now we're at 12 cents. So we did go up past a little bit. I actually saw Bitcoin dip down to about $6,000, $6,100. I'm like, I've been waiting for a long time for this. Click, and I bought a little bit more Bitcoin. I also did end up buying Stellar and Cardano because, Stellar doing so many great things. We'll go over that in another video. We do mention it from time to time. I see big things in the future for Stellar. Not only do they have their own platform for people to build off of, but they're also a currency that crosses borders, and IBM is currently using, among other big companies. Cardano, and once this gets listed on Coinbase, obviously people are going to get on Coinbase, buy Bitcoin, buy whatever, and they're going to see Stellar and go, oh, Stellar, maybe when it gets listed, oh, Stellar, wow, 75 cents, I'm going to get me a bunch of Stellar lumens. So, I suspect Stellar has a lot of room to grow, and seeing Stellar at 20 cents actually, was the prices before it was announced that Stellar was going to get listed on Coinbase, we went back down to those prices. If you want to see, we'll go to a month chart right here, and you can see that Stellar was trading actually 19 cents, so very, very close. Anyways, what did you guys invest in? I'm curious to know. Also, I want to thank you guys for staying positive in the comments. A lot of people have been commenting recently, even on this channel, like, how can you say buy altcoins? The market is so low. But guys, this is par for the course, right? If you can't handle the market at its worst like this, if you can't see opportunity or at least know to not sell, then you don't deserve the market, at 2,000 times gains, Guys, par for the course. Anyways, thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Good video.